Right now, the Supreme Court blocking President Biden's student loan forgiveness plan. We hear from one Wisconsinite on how the decision will impact him going forward.
Also, the high court in the nation deals a blow to LGBTQ protections. We have reaction from some local LGBTQ plus leaders on the ruling.
And later, the state budget heading to the governor's desk. The question now, will he veto anything in it? We'll share some things to keep an eye on. You're watching News 3 now at 6. The U.S. Supreme Court delivering a crushing blow to President Biden's plan to cancel student loan debt for millions of Americans.
Today, the court threw out the Biden administration's $400 billion plan to offer student loan relief. In a 6-3 ruling, the conservative majority rejected the administration's argument that the HEROES Act allowed it to waive student loan rules during the pandemic. The justices said the administration overstepped its authority. After the ruling, President Biden said he'll keep fighting for debt relief.
Today's decision has closed one path. Now we're going to pursue another. I'm never going to stop fighting for you. We'll use every tool at our disposal to get you the student debt relief you need and reach your dreams.
Student loan payments have been on hiatus since the start of the pandemic. With the court's ruling, those bills will be due again within months. Nearly 700,000 Wisconsinites are now back on the hook for their student loans, totaling more than $20 billion.
And our Braden Ross spoke with one of them today and joins us live from campus with his story. Braden?
Yeah, going back to school is a big step, and it's one that often comes with a pretty big price tag. For Sid Bagley, that's where his story starts.
Using the authority Congress granted the Department of Education, we will forgive $10,000 in outstanding federal student loans.
For Sid Bagley, that announcement was everything.
They would have gave me a little breathing room each month.
He went back to school at 45 to get a business degree.
Hated my job so much, I made the initiative to go back to school at East Sun about it.
But it wasn't cheap.
I pay about $220 a month in student loan repayment, which is also the same amount that my rent went up this year.
Since then, he's been working hard to pay back those loans.
I can see that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's just having to work so much and so hard just to get there.
Biden's plan to shave $10,000 off his total meant a lot, but this morning's Supreme Court decision turned that around. But those opposed to loan forgiveness say this is fair. Republican Congressman Derek Van Orden tweeting, "How on earth can anyone say it's fair for them to pay for other people's education?" And the Wisconsin Republican Party saying nearly 88% of taxpayers would have been stuck with somebody else's bill. Bagley disagrees.
Look at me, I'm wearing safety element stuff. I'm working my butt off. I work 3 jobs just to have a decent living for myself.
And student loan payments are now set to restart in October after being frozen for 3 years during the pandemic.
Braden, thank you. Now, this wasn't the only big decision made today by the Supreme Court. The court also ruled in favor of a Colorado web designer who doesn't want to make websites for same-sex weddings. Wisconsin LGBTQ plus leaders say it is a defeat for gay rights. The executive director for Outreach, a Madison-based LGBTQ plus advocacy organization, says the ruling could allow a range of businesses to discriminate, refusing to serve Black, Jewish, or Muslim customers, interracial or interfaith couples, or even immigrants. He says it's a disheartening setback in the progress the community has made in Wisconsin.
Says to the LGBTQ community, we can't trust that we're going to get the same kind of service from businesses that other people do, you know, that our straight counterparts do. We have to kind of realize that doors may be closed in our faces if we go shopping.
Gay rights advocates note this ruling by the new conservative majority Supreme Court comes 8 years after the High Court ruled in favor of marriage equality. Critics of the decision worry it could open the door to discrimination against other groups based on race or religion.
The air quality much better after the Canadian wildfire smoke moved through the area. Here's your first warn forecast, and Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti out on the patio breathing in some fresh air. Gary?
I'm breathing in fresh air, but it's also a little more humid. Unfortunately, there's just not a lot of rain to go along with it. We have some cloud cover overhead. As you look at visible cloud track, you can see a cluster of thunderstorms moving eastward from Iowa into Illinois, but bypassing southern Wisconsin. And on Doppler track, you can see that area of showers and storms racing into Indiana. But here in southern Wisconsin, very little in the way of precipitation. A couple of sprinkles from time to time. Haven't even seen any flashes of lightning. 6-hour future track radar can't rule out an isolated shower or a thunderstorm at some point this evening. But if you get one, count yourself lucky, because most people won't. High temperatures today on the warm side, 87 degrees in Madison. It was actually a little warmer to the north, 89 degrees in Black River Falls. We had a little more sunshine, whereas farther to the southwest, 82 was the high in Platteville thanks to thicker cloud cover. Current temperatures are near those highs for the day. 86 right now, Madison, 84 in Janesville, and 83 in Camp Douglas. Across Dane County, it's 80 in Deerfield, 84 in Sun Prairie, and 85 degrees in Cross Plains. Look for skies to be variably cloudy this evening. Can't rule out an isolated shower or thunderstorm as temperatures drop into the middle 70s by late evening. Later on, I'll take a look at our prospects for rain and how much we can expect if we get anything at all.
In Chippewa Falls, police say a child came across a live explosive while playing in the woods last night. Police Chief Matthew Kelm says the child was playing near Grant Court and East Wisconsin Street when the suspicious pipe bomb-like device was discovered. The device was taken to the Chippewa Falls Police Department range and safely destroyed. Police determined it was a live device but don't know how long the bomb was in the woods. Anyone who finds what they think might be an explosive device should contact law enforcement immediately and do not try to move it.
Today, flags are being ordered to fly at half-staff in honor of a World War II soldier whose remains are being buried in Beloit. Army Private First Class Clinton Koloski died January 14, 1945 in France after his patrol came under attack from German soldiers. In 2020, the Department of Defense exhumed the remains of an unknown soldier from an American cemetery in France. Upon testing, those remains were identified as Koloski. They'll be buried at the Calvary Cemetery. In Madison, all eyes are now on the governor as we wait to see what he will do with the state budget.
At his disposal, a very powerful veto pen. Political reporter Will Keneally explains.
So the governor has what's called a line item veto, meaning that he can strike out whole lines from the state budget. And there are two things to watch out for. Cuts to the University of Wisconsin system, the Republican legislature finally signed off on last night, and a significant $3.5 billion income tax cut, which the Democratic governor could strike out. We asked Republican leaders this week what would happen if the governor sends that money back.
We'll come back and find ways to do other tax cuts because it's the people's money. They know how to spend it better than government. I realize the Democrats think they always know how to spend it better, but that's not the way our caucus feels. So if he eliminates a substantial portion of the tax cut, I don't know why we wouldn't find new ways to cut taxes.
Now, the governor had promised in the past that he would veto the entire state budget with those cuts to the university system. And his office confirms that he's considering, quote, as many line item vetoes as he can muster. The governor was at an event in Superior today, but did not take any questions from the press while he was there. So what the governor is likely doing right now is sitting down with lawyers to go over what those line item vetoes might look like, and we could see action on this within the next week.
More Narcan vending machines with free life-saving options for overdoses are coming to Wisconsin. That is because Wisconsin has more money to invest in programs that reverse opioid overdoses. Harm reduction efforts have become more common over the past several years. The Department of Health Services says their main goal is to meet people where they're at.
Anything that is going to expand access and availability to these services, make people feel comfortable in how they can access them, right? Removing barriers to do so. We're gonna save lives getting it into more people's hands.
Local groups have launched similar programs making Narcan and fentanyl test strips available for public use.
Some good news if you're hitting the road this 4th of July weekend, you'll actually be paying a lot less for gas this year than last. Prices at the pump have taken an unprecedented plunge. Right now in Madison, a gallon of regular costs $3.23 on average, according to Gas Buddy. Although gas will be cheaper, traffic may still be a challenge this holiday weekend. AAA says a record-setting 43.2 million Americans are expected on our roads.
Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, time is running out to vote on who and what you think is the best of Madison.
Plus, it is a unique sport not many people are familiar with. How a local Rotary Club and farm are looking to raise awareness and money through it this weekend. Stay with us.
The Stars and Stripes event starts now at Ashley. Save store-wide with massive savings on special purchases and closeouts at up to 84% off. Save up to $900 on the new iComfort Eco. Plus get free home delivery. It all ends on July 4th, only at Ashley.
Create the ultimate backyard getaway with 11% off everything at Menards. We have the best selection of decking, blocks, grills, and outdoor furniture to transform your yard from ordinary to extraordinary. Head to the garden center and check out all the plants and soils you need to keep your garden growing strong. Add a finishing touch to your patio with this Link Fire Pit. It's $249.99 after 11% off. Save big money on your next project. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
The Stars and Stripes event starts now at Ashley. Save store-wide with massive savings on special purchases and closeouts at up to 84% off. Plus 6-year special financing with no money down. It all ends on July 4th, only at Ashley.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. The Madison West Middleton Rotary Club is teaming up with Natara Farm volunteers for the 10th annual Combined Test and Horse Driving Trial. Combined Driver is for people of all ages. In past years, the youngest competitor was 12, while the oldest was 86. The sport brings together the combined efforts of the driver, navigator, and horse as a unit.
If your horse is not having fun, he's not going to be a good competitor, and you're not going to have a good time. So I really focused on horse welfare. But when you're out in the country like this, and they get to trot around and canter around, and they understand the game of the obstacles, it's really fun.
The trials are also happening tomorrow at the farm. All proceeds go to the Rotary Club. If you're planning to visit the Dane County Farmers Market for the remainder of the season, make sure to plan for some upcoming downtown street closures. Beginning tomorrow, city officials will be shutting down the entirety of the Capitol Square and some of the surrounding streets to keep crowds safe while shopping. Road closures are expected to run from 8 to 1:30. Now, anyone who has ordered wholesale in bulk or has accessibility needs should plan to pick up their purchases during the hour-and-a-half window when streets will be open to through traffic.
It all comes down to today. Your last chance to vote for your favorite businesses, people, things to do, and much more. Just head to channel3000.com and look for our Best of Madison story right there on our homepage. Scroll to the bottom of the article. You can click on each category to vote. All you need is a valid email address to register. Make sure your votes are counted. Don't forget, you can only vote once per category. And again, voting ends at midnight. After the break, some traffic alerts for you this weekend, both on and off the water.
Plus, the Wisconsin city along Lake Michigan looks to protect lives this summer with the help of some new technology.
And what kind of weather can we expect over the holiday weekend? Gary with your complete forecast when we come back.
Get over 50% off on this sofa chaise right now at the 4th of July blowout at Slumberland Furniture. Up to 60% off list throughout the store and up to 70% off on clearance items. The 4th of July blowout at Slumberland Furniture.
We're out of chips. Just taking a break. That window's a bear.
Don't worry. My cousin's got a guy.
Hey, I'm not sure I can help you with the house gas, but I can help you replace this window fast.
Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2025. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast.
2-for-1 windows ends Friday. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
I'm Megan Tim, Director of Community Health at SSM Health. You may know us as healthcare providers, but we live here too. And as good neighbors, we know our community thrives when we take care of each other. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are sharing the keys to health. Watch for our expert information and advice on air, online, and at fun local events. Join SSM Health and News 3 Now, and together, we'll unlock a healthier community by taking time for kids.
Hi, my name's AJ Tackett with Third Day Farms, and this is my John Deere. So we farm corn and soybeans. It's a family operation. When I hear Sloan's, I think of the people. I mean, like I said, everybody here has bent over backwards for us. They have multiple stores, so if they don't have a part, the turnaround on getting parts or getting what you need is super fast. From parts to service to sales, they go out of their way to help you out. And this is why I think Sloan's first.
Brothers Maine enjoys 4th of July festivities with family, friends, and fabulous kitchen and laundry deals. Our fireworks of savings on GE appliances and free delivery will make you ooh and ah. Feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Incredible deal on this Sealy Queen mattress for just $3.99 at the 4th of July mattress blowout at Slumberland Furniture. Plus, Sealy mattresses starting as low as $129. Up to 60% off list. What a sale.
I'm News 3 Now's Josh Spreiter. I'm visiting the people, places, and events that make this area one of a kind. Tell me what inspires you, and it might be featured on News 3 Now this morning.
In the 608, weekdays on News 3 Now this morning. You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
After 5 people drowned in Lake Michigan in Racine in 2021, city officials there are hoping to protect more lives, and they have new technology that's going to help them do it. Megan Marshall reports.
We all know and love Lake Michigan. The water is meant to be fun, but it can also be quite dangerous.
There's not really any end to what this lake can do.
Philip Kiley knows firsthand how dangerous the lake can be. He's been with the Racine Lifeguard program for 18 years.
Anytime that there is a loss of life, even if it's after hours, after our working hours, we take, we feel it personally.
Which is why he's looking forward to having more resources at his disposal to keep the beach safe. As a lifeguard, he will be able to use the Emily device. It's a remote control flotation device that moves at much faster speeds than a lifeguard could. Racine County Sheriff Lieutenant Michael Lewell says these tools decrease response times, which means more lives saved.
And we have to be able to deploy tools very quickly. That's why the Emily is such an important piece of equipment. It can be run out to the water, you grab the remote, and you could see that the victim was reached within less than a minute.
Time is precious when it comes to someone drowning. Saving lives is what these men and women do, so having extra tools to help means a lot.
It's about being able to help my community and be there to help someone when they're in dire need.
By using technology to make the rough waters of Lake Michigan safer for the community to enjoy.
Pretty amazing. Funding for the project allowed leaders to buy jet skis, flotation devices, and drone technology.
For anyone planning on boating on the Rock River this weekend, we have a couple of slow no-wake zones for you to be aware of. Tomorrow, there will be a slow no-wake order on the river in Janesville from 5 p.m. until midnight. A large number of boats are expected to be in the area for a fireworks display during that time. Meanwhile, Beloit will have a similar order on the 4th of July, which is on Tuesday. Some thunderstorms could put a damper on 4th of July celebrations. Here is Gary with your complete forecast.
Well, we could certainly use the rain if we did get it on the 4th of July, but right now I think the chances for most people are still pretty good that we will be dry during that time period. Right now, we're seeing some more thunderstorms developing from Kansas City over towards St. Louis. The next round of strong to severe thunderstorms with severe thunderstorm watches there. There were storms earlier from Iowa into Illinois and Indiana racing to the south and east, but they bypassed southern Wisconsin. You can see rainfall over the last 72 hours, a general 1 to 3 inch rainfall from southern portions of Nebraska through southern Iowa, northern Missouri, much of Illinois into Indiana, and then curving southeastward toward Kentucky and Tennessee. However, you can see just over the last 24 hours, this area here, an additional inch of rain To the north, where we are, unfortunately, nothing. You can see just about 90% of our viewing area didn't get any rain at all. 6-hour future track radar shows chances are pretty slim, at least through the evening hours, that we're going to see any rain. And additional rainfall over the next 48 hours, or actually next almost 72 hours into the end of the weekend, shows spotty precipitation of 1/4 to 1/2 inch through Iowa and Illinois. This is an update because it was showing a little more rain across areas of southern Wisconsin south of Madison. Now the models have cut back on that, and much of the state should be dry this weekend. 3 things you need to know. Temperatures are going to remain on the warm side. Humidity levels will drop just a bit for the weekend. We've seen dew point temperatures in the 60s. They'll probably drop to around 60 degrees for much of the weekend. So there will still be shower and thunderstorm chances, but nothing widespread. Probably the best chances will be in the middle of next week around Wednesday, but outside of that, just spotty precipitation chances. And for Monday and the 4th of July, Tuesday, downright hot. High temperatures expected to be above 90 degrees both days. In fact, that heat has been continuing to bake the southern part of the United States. Texas, Oklahoma have been hit hard with hot weather, but you can see that heat now expanding northward through Kansas and Missouri, where temperatures are well into the 90s. Heat index, this is what it feels like when you factor in the humidity. Feels like 105 degrees in St. Louis. Feels warmer there than it does in Phoenix, Arizona. So that's a sign that, you know, the combination of heat and humidity getting to dangerous levels, excessive heat warnings from basically southern Missouri to the Gulf Coast and heat advisories north of there. I don't think we'll get to that level, but again, the heat continues to build, and that suppresses thunderstorm activity to the south, where the air just kind of bakes, and then north of that zone in between, where we're seeing the storms tonight, that kind of keeps us high and dry. And unfortunately, as long as that's the case, you can see on Future Track, not looking at much in the way of precipitation, at least for tonight. For the overnight hours across Dane County, planning your night, 68 for the low in Mount Vernon, 68 in Marshall, 68 in DeForest, just an outside chance of a shower or thunderstorm. Janesville, 67, 60 in Camp Douglas, and 64 in Watoma. For tomorrow, a chance for a shower or thunderstorm, otherwise 84 for the high. Future Track, you can see just very little in the way of precipitation tonight. There might be a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. Those temperatures stay warm in the 60s to lower 70s. During the day tomorrow, we get into the mid-80s. Maybe tomorrow afternoon, a shower or thunderstorm chance, but now it's looking more likely to the south of us. And unfortunately, that just kind of keeps us high and dry for the time being. And so again, those rainfall amounts now favoring areas of northern Illinois and eastern Iowa than southern Wisconsin. First warned 7 to 10 day forecast, around 90 Monday and the 4th of July Tuesday. Best chances for rain will be on Wednesday. A little drop in temperatures, and then maybe some thunderstorm chances toward the end of next weekend.
All right, we have a traffic alert for you heading into the weekend. Streets near Warner Park on the city's north side will have closures following the Madison Mallards fireworks show on Monday night. The show is expected to start between 9:30 and 10, and it's going to last about 20 minutes. After the show, the following traffic patterns will be in place. Right turns only out of Warner Park. No turns at the Northport Drive and North Sherman Avenue intersection. North Sherman Avenue will be closed through traffic between Northport Drive and the Warner Park driveway. People should allow extra travel time if traveling around Warner Park during this time.
And coming up in sports, Chris Middleton is staying in Milwaukee. The deal that has him being a Buck for 3 more seasons. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Dust and debris can leave your carpets, upholstery, and more looking dull and dirty. Stanley Steamer certified technicians can remove the buildup and restore your home to a cleaner and healthier space. For a fresh start this season, call or go online to schedule your deep cleaning with Stanley Steamer today.
George uses AT&T for his internet and mobile service. Anthony has Spectrum One. What's the difference? With AT&T, George pays a lot more.
I'm sorry, I do?
AT&T Internet costs $55, and AT&T Unlimited Extra Line costs $75.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
With Spectrum One, Anthony gets internet with fast and reliable speeds.
Super fast.
Advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security.
With Spectrum, I get Security Shield, blocking threats.
And an unlimited mobile line with nationwide 5G.
Service, so reliable.
All for $49.99 a month. Go to spectrum.com/save more to see how much you can save. Or call us and we'll do it for you. With Spectrum One, Anthony is saving almost $100 a month.
That's almost $1,200 in savings.
I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line. Visit spectrum.com/save more or call 833-754-4999 today.
Trust your feet to Morgan's Shoes.
Birkenstock ushers in a new collection with clean lines, easier than ever closures, and the most necessary footbed in your closet. Slide into Morgan's Shoes and shop our new Birkenstock arrivals. See what's fresh for spring and summer. Birkenstock platforms and wedges, cork-powered sneakers, or up your game with our iconic men's and women's sandals.
Comfort with style. Trust your feet to Morgan Shoes.
Morgan Shoes, Hilldale.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
Right now, get a free footlong at Subway, like the Subway Series menu. Buy 1 footlong in the app, get 1 free. For free. That's what I'm talking about. Order in the Subway app today.
Now's the time for cleaner indoor air with an air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer. You've known us for carpet cleaning, but we've been cleaning air ducts for over 20 years. We do things the right way, cleaning your entire system. So if you need an air duct cleaning, call 1-800-STEAMER today.
Wisconsin's second leading tackler from last season, Jordan Turner, has been suspended indefinitely after violating the school's student-athlete discipline policy. The junior inside linebacker is still on the roster, but during the suspension, he can't practice or compete in any games. Turner issued a statement claiming he was cited with an OWI first offense and apologized for his actions, saying, quote, "I'm very disappointed and embarrassed, and I want to personally apologize to my parents, my teammates, my coaches, the fans, and the University of Wisconsin." He went on to say, "I vow to learn from this and be a better man going forward." Steve Stricker's streak of 55 consecutive rounds of par or better was snapped yesterday when the Edgerton native finished 1 over after the first round of the U.S. Senior Open. And Strick was fine with that for 2 reasons. Number 1, Century World is a tough course to play, and number 2, he was still within striking distance, and he stayed there after the second round. Strick was 1 under today, which moved him to even par. He's currently 3 back heading into the weekend.
I'm right in there. The scores aren't going anywhere. It's very challenging. It's very tough, and if you don't hit the fairway, you know you're scrambling. So it's I'm in a good spot. You know, it looks like 3 back for sure. So I don't, like I said, there's some tough pins out there today. The wind is up and down. Course has got a lot of teeth to it.
Meanwhile, Jerry Kelly had the late tee time today, and he seems to be dealing with that wrist pain just fine. Kelly is currently on the course, but he's 2 under through 14 and 1 shot off the lead. And how about this? Chris Middleton is staying in Milwaukee. ESPN is reporting that the 3-time All-Star has agreed to a 3-year, $102 million deal. Middleton averaged 12 points, nearly 5 assists, and 4 rebounds per game last season. They needed to keep him.
They did. That's actually a pay cut for him.
It is.
$33 million.
I would like that kind of a pay cut.
Yeah, that's
I wouldn't mind that either.
I don't want a pay cut. I'm not going to make that much anyway.
Gary's back. Final check of the forecast. We've got some fresh air out there finally, but we sure could use some rain.
Yeah, that's the problem. Live view from the WISC-TV Skycam shows a little sunshine on the western horizon, a little more sunshine over southwestern Wisconsin. See some cloud buildups in the distance, but not much in the way of precipitation out there. I might see a shower in a few spots this evening.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.